Welcome to the show, everybody.
It's called
I Barely Know You. Yes.
This when I walked
Isn't
in.
this delightful?
For those who can't see us, Matt has brought in a table, but he's put it behind us.
What's funny is I haven't brought it in as much as I've not moved it out.
It's like a sexy backdrop.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
And I did. It's like,
So this is your dining table, and then you thought,
yeah. We're chipping away at this thing.
And very briefly, our
Yes.
coffee today.
Yes,
is
please.
Brought,
I have that on
and
my
then we
list.
should get to our topic of the show.
We
The
will.
coffee-
It's a topic.
Okay, great. The coffee today, my friend Deepak,
Love
our
Deepak.
friend Deepak,
Oh.
started a coffee company called Mimic Coffee. Look how cute this little frog is.
I love the little frog.
And you know what the impetus was? On sets, how coffee sucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he wanted to create a coffee that ultimately, people could have on set. So you have like a nice, tasty.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Elevate the experience.
the notes here, it says honey, strawberry, cocoa.
Love it.
As a former PA,
Yes.
whose one of my main responsibilities was just keeping everyone caffeinated, that I thank you for that.
No, it's a really smart idea.
It's such a
also,
smart
way to keep your
idea.
crew and just generally happy throughout the day.
Yeah.
Are you having a cup this morning?
Oh, I am. It's delicious.
You're my go-to coffee critic.
Yeah, I love
like
it.
you, yeah,
I
I'm
Great.
enjoying it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Deepak, you hear that? Shout out Mimic Coffee.
Mimic coffee. Good
should-
job, Deepak. Thank you for that.
So talking about LA is
Yes.
on your list talking
It is.
about things we
All of
miss.
this is.
Okay,
We're doing
great.
so well.
Okay.
We're so efficient.
There was a thing we wanted to chat about what is that whole thing?
I wrote down coming in quotes home rituals.
Copy that.
Okay. And so it could be, what's the thing we started to talk about? Because I go back and forth a lot. I hesitate to call myself bi-coastal, but I am in New York. I'm here. I'm back and forth quite a bit and finding a balance within that. And so there's certain things as someone who grew up on the East Coast that I do when I go home that shifts my mindset. We commented last week on my outfit, which if you're listening, it's not a visual medium, but we commented how I was almost like New York Matt. I was in muted colors. I was wearing something completely different than what I normally traditionally wear over here on the West Coast, at least more recent years. And just that idea of these two worlds, these two halves, these two coasts. And so the idea was, is there something when you go back to wherever back may be that brings you immediately and sort of resets and recalibrates it? Is it a slice of pizza from a particular spot or a cup of coffee? Is it a show that you put on in the background? Or what is there something?
A show you put on in the background.
Yeah.
What an interesting.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can name some. What's yours?
I got a couple. What do you want me to hit first? You want me to hit food? You want me to hit show in the background? Where do you want to go?
I just think show in the background is such a particular thing to
Yeah.
say, and that makes me want to understand more.
Well, okay.
I think that's cool. So
that's
you're
why we're
saying
here.
a show that you put in the background only when you go back to New York?
Specifically when I go back to New York. And there's a couple of reasons about it. It's not just it's geographically dictated. It's also an interesting I'm usually going back without my other half, without Marin.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to put on the show that we've been watching.
Oh, I
right?
see.
So you've got that
she'd
factor as
kill
well.
you.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah,
Well, she
that's
wouldn't
not-
kill me. We just like to be.
I would feel I watched these all out.
I don't want to let that hang in the air. We just like
Oh,
to be in
respect.
sync.
I get it.
We like to be
No, there's a certain things
synchronized.
you just can't.
And then
You're watching
we
with your
talk
partner.
about the show and we do all that.
So you watch older stuff?
Typically, yes. It's all. And then the third pillar of that is, I guess, column, strategy part,
Yeah, is.
comfort. So because I'm alone. I don't have I don't have my dog. I don't have Marin.
I
yes,
see.
I'm back on the East Coast. Yes, I'm back in
Your
my
guys' shared home.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm around film and all that stuff. But I'm also spending a lot more time in a quiet space than I typically do.
Mm.
So what brings comfort? What makes the place feel alive? Or what just reminds me
Go
of
on.
where? And so one of those shows, Seinfeld. It's a big New York show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put Seinfeld on. I just let
Love
Jerry
it.
and the gang do their
I
thing in
find
the
that
background.
I watch shows that take place in New York when I miss it.
We've started, yes.
So like every couple of years, rewatch Sex and the City
Amazing.
or Seinfeld. I had
Yep,
all the DVDs
yep.
from that show. Or when I have a longing for the place that I am not in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sort of satiates that.
When we first moved out here, we got into Only Murders in the Building because
Oh, and it's so quintessential New York.
Exactly.
And that building I know too. I used to walk by it by the park. I thought it was one of the most beautiful.
100%.
It has that Parisian quality where there's sort of like the whole interior space that the building is
Like
surrounds.
the courtyard and all that stuff. Oh,
Dreamy.
it's amazing. And yeah, so we really got into that literally right around the time we moved out here because we were like, oh, New York.
Yeah, totally. And it's such a New York
It's that
show.
perfect romantic version. Okay, so those are some of your shows. Do you have a food?
When I go to New York,
Yeah.
I have a list. I want sloppy fucking pizza, like gross
Yes.
cheese
Yes.
sauce. I want a bagel from Tompkins Square Bagel,
Okay.
Cat's Deli, and I want at least 5 black and white cookies. Oh wait, and most importantly,
from where?
Where do you get them?
multiple places. You should tell me where I should go next time.
fair.
I want to go to at least 3 sleazy, divey diners and get tuna melts.
Oh, it is such a...
yes.
It's food.
It's food.
I have said, and I'm happy to say this in the podcast, I've said this to family, I've said it to friends, life out here for us, a lot of aspects are objectively just better. But the diner thing hurts.
The diner.
There's a different vibe of diner. You got your Bob's Big Boy, you got your Patty's, especially in Burbank, a lot of diner spots, but there's no
But even
New
here,
York diner.
stuff that used to be open 24 hours, that's not the case anymore.
Not anymore, is
No,
what I'm
there's-
told. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. Especially after a show, I always want to go to a diner. So Eli and I have been going to a Denny's because it's the only thing at that time of night that we can figure out that's open. And it's a chain and like we feel shitty about it, but it feels
It's
fun,
America's
too.
Diner, from what I understand. I didn't come up with that. It's on the sign.
It's fun. It's fun. It reminds me of IHOP
It is.
in that sense.
Yes.
This is a good important time to mention. This episode brought to you by Denny's. Thank you for setting that up, Marin. This
Is it really? In what world?
In fact, this is the Grand Slam segment that we're doing right
Yeah.
now, I believe.
I just listed a bunch of food that's basically bread and cheese.
But can I
I
tell
miss
you?
my greasy spoons though.
Yeah.
Like I'm like you, like I want to go sit in my diner and I want to do it at 2 very different times of day.
Yeah.
I want to do 1 a.m. I want to sit in the diner.
Right.
I want to have a grilled cheese and I want to have a plate of cheese fries that I dip in gravy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I want to go in the
Disco fries, I
morning.
believe.
I want to have my diner coffee and some bacon and eggs.
The morning one I
and-
could help you
yeah.
with because there are a lot of like mom and pop greasy spoons that have a feel. We have a couple favorites that
Yeah.
we hope never die. When you walk in, it feels like 1968 in there.
I'm looking for that. Yeah, that sounds good.
I think we went
Yeah.
to one.
Do we go to Armand's in
No,
Eagle
we
Rock?
went somewhere else. In
We went to
Eagle Rock.
Cindy's, but that's
Yeah.
kind of like they zhuzhed up their menu.
zhuzh
and
it.
It's a little fancy.
bougie. It's a bougie
Yeah.
diner.
But we
yeah.
still love it. But I agree. It's like there is a different kind of, I don't know. It's not nostalgia, like old school
Energy.
energy.
something
and
to
LA
it.
has it too. It's got, I thought LA was going to be swingers vibes of like old school
Yeah,
LA
yeah.
energy. And it did have a lot of that. I
Yeah.
feel like now just a lot of it passed away with COVID.
With COVID. Yeah. One of the many things lost. You pointed out your list is just a bunch of bread and cheese.
So much bread.
This is an absolutely true fact. I fly with me back breadcrumbs from the East Coast because I can't.
From where? I would fly back with a babka.
Would you really? I
Yeah.
fly back, and it's a big brand. It's I go to Costco on the East Coast and I get it. It's 4C Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. And you can't find them here. I don't know why. There's Progresso as far as the eye could see, but there's no 4C breadcrumbs.
Do you guys make a lot of chicken cutlets?
Oh, I
Yes.
make a reasonable amount of chicken. I wouldn't say I make a lot of
I
chicken
mean,
cutlets.
and my
pretzel.
cousins,
I'm
they
frequently breading
fly
things.
back pizza dough.
Yes, they do. They'll
from
fly back
New
pizza
York.
dough.
My cousins fly back pizza dough.
So a lot of
the
it-
pizza
Fun.
dough
Yeah.
out here isn't the same. There's something about the water.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mom sends Eli Cat's Deli parcels for his birthday.
Oh, that's
Oh,
wonderful.
And also, I'll say, what a cool thing that's one of those places that is such a tourist place,
Yeah.
but it's not a trap because it's actually wonderful.
yeah, it lives up
Yeah.
to it. And
Yeah.
it is, even though it is a touristy thing, it also is like a tradition and a mainstay for a
Yeah.
lot of locals and people that grew
Oh
up
my
there.
God. And I love how
100%.
the locals, non-locals, when they go, they don't anticipate what's about to happen. You get screamed at. You get handed a little ticket and they're like, don't lose this ticket or you can't leave. And people always lose the ticket and they're not allowed to. I
Of course
think
they do. They immediately lose the ticket.
I don't know how they
It
get out.
disintegrates the second you hold it. It's like that raccoon with the cotton candy. Did you ever see that on the internet?
No.
Okay, well that's too specific a reference. But
What is it doing? Is
Well,
this a real video?
It may kind of, yes, it's a very real video. It's not like an
Okay.
animation, and it's not cruel, but it kind of upsets me. This raccoon is really excited. He has a big fluff of cotton candy, and it gets put into like a puddle of water, and it immediately disintegrates. And you see him
Oh, is he
panic, like,
sad?
"Where'd my cotton candy
That's
go?"
real sad.
It's really sad.
That's really sad.
Anyway, that cotton candy and that raccoon are everyone with their tickets when they go to the deli. Okay, but the bread and cheese. do you have to schedule it? Do you have to map it out? You can't do it all in one day. This is the thing I struggle with when I go back. I have such a list.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this night's going to be Chinese food. This night's going to be the pizza. This night's, you have to like
I also
schedule it all
know
out.
most people don't want to do those things.
No.
So I do it on my own. Like I'll go see friends. Because somebody doesn't want to do a food tour of the very foods they have access to all the time.
Exactly.
You know, and
They've
it
been
sounds
eating
so
this
heavy to
takeout
them.
all week. Okay, well, this ties nicely into this whole because this is the thing I wrote down because we were coming out of that last week's episode and we started getting into this like life before LA, life with LA, life in LA, life between these worlds. And that's a topic I'm excited to discuss and dive into with today's guest. Yes, today's guest, super exciting. I not barely. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. So I'm super stoked.
He knows you.
Does he really?
I don't think so.
How could he? Nobody knows me.
I know he's really excited to get on the show.
Marin is surprised every time I come
he
home.
here
Nobody
right
knows
now?
me.
No, he's not here. But Matt, you can't say nobody knows you. You got recognized in Stop and Shop.
I did get recognized.
Wow!
It's in
East
Stop and
Coast
Shop.
that's the East Coast
East
thing,
Coast.
right?
East Coast is
Yeah.
East Coast chain. Yes, I did get recognized in Stop and Shop.
Okay, we do have to keep going with Spencer's intro though. So
Okay, Spencer and I have the same manager. I've known him for years, but having said that, it's been years of this sort of connection of, we have a lot of the same aspirations and dreams. That aside, most of the time when we've hung out, it's to help one another on like running lines or something like that.
Fun. When's the last time you saw him?
We were in lines together maybe a week ago. Right when shit's hitting the fan in one of our lives, we're like, how are you? And the other one texts, I don't know, man. And that's
what do you think that connection is? That like when shit's hitting the fan in your life, you guys are drawn to each other in that way.
Well, I think because there's always some level of, I don't want to say discontent, but there's always some, either you're at a crossroads and some impasse or just struggling with something that has to do with this strange career choice that we
there's
both
even
made.
though there's a shared experience, perhaps
On
there's
some
a
level,
potential for a relation that
and also our shared desire and passion for what we're doing, I think is really nice.
I'm excited he's here.
He was really excited about it.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break and prepare for his arrival. Come on in.
It starts. It's happening.
Everything's on. We're ready for you. Come get comfortable. Just come right in. It's chaos.
Whoa, we
You
also
can keep
have
it.
one for you.
I have water. We have
And you have
coffee.
water.
It's black.
Do you put anything in your coffee? Okay. What?
You put water into the coffee?
Just to cool it down a little, just because.
Does Spencer know the premise of the show? Have you explained?
Barely.
I don't know anything.
That's right. Neither do we. I'm Matt, by the way.
Matt.
What's going on, man?
Nice
Thank you so much for sitting on the floor with us.
Yeah.
So our show is called I Barely Know You.
Did I not tell you this
You
part?
didn't tell him anything, did you?
You said that you guys don't know each other, right?
We kind of. I know you
Barely.
less than I know her, but I barely know anybody here. That's my
Okay.
wife, and we just met.
Just Matt.
Wow. Congrats. That's awesome.
So we're getting to know one another, and we're jumping right into a game.
Okay.
Before we even
the whole
get to
concept is
interview.
we've been.
Guys, I've been driving for 45 minutes. Like,
Perfect.
If I had to use the restroom.
Perfect.
You could choose to, but that's the wrong choice.
I say use that
could ju-
energy.
no.
No, you
There's
are.
no wrong choice.
No, you're
You are
absolutely welcome to
use
go
the
use the
restroom.
bathroom.
No.
You could.
Do you need to pee?
Not now.
There's a mic in the bathroom as well.
I already went. You guys scared it out of me.
That's okay. That cushion's reversible.
Okay.
We have a game. Okay, we're jumping right into it, right into the fire.
Okay, so
Okay.
every
All right.
guest we come up with a game that's
We wanna make you
inspired
feel-
by our guests' passions.
We want to make you feel simultaneously very comfortable and incredibly put off and out of your comfort zone at the same
He
time.
seems fine.
You're
I
doing
think
all
so.
of that. We're
Guys, we're
there.
crushing it. We're crushing it. Okay.
So what's the game
So
called?
the game. Okay, so I was told, and keep me honest here, that you have an appreciation for a Mr. Tom Cruise. That you're a fan of Tom Cruise. Is this true?
Movies.
Never heard of him.
Oh, okay.
You
One
can
of the-
say I'm a fan, yeah.
Okay, sweet. So I think you're going to dig this. One of the things Tom Cruise is, of course, known for, notoriously so, doing his own stunts, right? So I have compiled a list of stunts. We're going to describe a stunt to you. You're then going to tell us, is this a Tom Cruise stunt? Is it someone else's stunt? Bonus points if you know who, but don't worry about too much about that. Or did we completely make it up? It never happened.
And
It's not a stunt.
quadruple points if you can call out the film or show or something from where that stunt took place.
Sure, yeah,
right?
I'll take that as well.
Okay.
That's a high bar, but I'll take it. If you
And
can
what do
it.
I win? What do we?
You've
do?
already
To be
won.
determined.
You've already
Tom-
won.
We have Tom in the other room waiting right now, and you only get to meet him if
He's
we.
here. Come on
yes,
out.
yeah. Him, I know. Okay, here we go.
We
So I'm
hired an
gonna-
impersonator, a Tom Cruise impersonator.
you
What were
have
saying
great
there?
eyes for that. You could do that. Yeah. Have you ever? Has anyone ever drawn that? Am I being
Wait, then
too?
Are you
Yes.
being sarcastic? Or
I'm dead. I'm sorry if that's the energy I put up. I'm dead serious.
That
though.
he has
Like,
Tom Cruise eyes? What are you
I
saying?
think he has Tom Cruise eyes. I could see like.
That's
not
why
like
he's
you
a
know, not
Hollywood
like resting
movie
Tom
star.
Cruise eyes, like, but I can see like very much
Resting Tom
believable
Cruise.
that you could get a
Resting
Tom Cruise
Tom
face.
I think
going.
Matt
Eyes.
loves Tom Cruise
I've-
as well.
I
I've
love
practiced
Spencer.
for years, so that's probably
Your resting face?
It's residual
Okay.
from practicing.
Hang on. I'm more curious about the fact that you just said you can do a Tom Cruise impersonation.
Well, don't put him
Yeah.
on the spot just yet.
Oh, we
That's-
may get there.
that's
I
too
thought
uncomfortable.
That's what this I prepared like 30 impressions for this podcast.
Yeah.
Spencer texted me. He said, I'm preparing impressions. And I wrote, you don't have
I
to.
was-
Yeah, but I like that he did. I like that he did.
No, I want to hear all of
We're gonna go through that.
I did tell them that
We'll
you
get-
do
we'll
some
get there.
mean, hilarious, like voiceover voices. Like,
Which I'm excited
I
to
asked
get
you to
to.
play a
Yeah.
granny, and you did a very good job.
He told us about
I'd
that.
For a
rather
video.
not do that today.
Okay.
All right, let's get to. Okay, I'm gonna give you. This
Okay.
one's a softball.
What's
First
the game
one.
called? Final Stunt Game.
Oh no, that's just what I
Oh.
labeled the document.
Okay.
But you want to know something? I like that. So don't you look? 'Cause I want you to.
I'm
guess
not
as
going to
well.
cheat.
Don't cheat. Okay, here we go. First one, kind of a softball.
Here we go.
All right, we see an Airbus A400M take off as a man
There you
hangs
got
on. Yeah,
He
there we
already
go.
got it.
Okay, do you remember what film?
Rogue Nation, right?
Bam. All right, there we go.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay. Now here's a double bonus. How many takes did he do? And I'm not going to ask for these. I'll give you a range. Was it more or less than 5?
For that stunt?
Yeah.
What was the
I
stunt?
want to say he was hanging off the side of the plane.
Yeah, he hangs on. He literally hangs off
Oh,
the side of the
yeah.
plane as
When
it
it
They
takes
takes
must,
off.
have, they must have done it a couple times.
I think they did it 5 times.
They did it eight times. Yeah,
Wow.
He's a perfectionist. He probably was
he
like, we
hung
got to
onto
get it
that
right.
plane. A bug literally flew into my throat as I was talking. No,
Very
we-
good.
You want
He
some
hung onto the
water?
plane.
You good?
We have
Come on over
3
here.
cups
I'll
of
get
water.
to it. I'm going to work through it. I'm a professional. He did it 8 times. All right, you want to read you do the next
Wow.
one. Next one's pretty good. Well done. I knew you. That
Wait,
was
but
a
you know all the
Apparently-
answers already? So maybe you should just keep doing it.
Yeah, man.
That's a fatal flaw. I'm not a great game maker, am I?
No, that's why I've been making the game. So last night when you were like, I'm going to do it, I
was
like,
so
all right.
excited
You're not gonna
about
look
it.
at the answer. Ready? After months of grueling training and preparation for a hand-to-hand combat scene, the actor masters a move known as the scorpion kick, a kick invented by the choreographer.
Scorpion kick. This is still Tom Cruise movies?
Well, that's
you
what you
have to tell
me.
us if
I wanna
it's
say
a Tom stunt,
I wanna
someone
say
something
else.
Taylor Lautner.
Oh,
Abduction.
That's a great guess.
2008, 2010.
It's not though, but
this
that's a great
game
guess. I
rules.
love.
Okay, so you are correct. It's not Tom Cruise.
Yes, you get points for being not
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
How can we help you? So do you want to know the actor, actress, the movie, or the year?
You can give me any one of those. Just give me one of them.
Which one
Let's
do you
see.
want to do?
Let's do. I think if we say 2003, it's not going to give it away. It's going to make it harder.
Carrie Ann Moss.
Oh, The Matrix. Reloaded.
Bam!
Oh!
Well done. There we go.
All right.
Good job.
Here, you do the
All right,
rest.
let me do that.
I woke up
well.
40 minutes ago. I want you to know. This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
my
it.
brain is.
Well, I hope this is a
Learning
new
right
ritual.
now.
I hope you wake up and do this every day.
This is great. Yeah.
I will make a dozen of these. All right, here we go. Here we go. 2 people.
Okay.
Each are riding their own mechanical robot horses, wielding period accurate and real, like actually pointy swords. A technical glitch leads to a near miss moment where one of the stars is almost decapitated. However, last minute, thankfully, one of the 2 stunt combatants was skilled enough to pull back just enough to avert
If
disaster.
it's swords, it's got to be The Last Samurai.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you. You said you weren't going to get any of these.
That's
That's
amazing.
great.
You got so this is an actual story. It was Tom Stunt, and basically they were on mechanical horses, and they were supposed to stop right before he got attacked, but they like glitched and kept going. And had the other performer not known well enough to not chop his head off, Tom Cruise very well could have been decapitated
Wow. I
by
don't-
a sword.
I thought-
Yes.
I thought he said like, but I moved my sword at the perfect time.
No.
That was
no.
kinda like,
I know, but that
saved
was
his own
actually, by the
life.
way, great Tom Cruise impression.
How we doing?
Yeah.
You want to
Go
do
to
the,
the
all right, we'll do
final.
one more.
I'm
Also,
gonna
that's Jameson. He's old. He's blind. No, he's
Oh, don't get him out of here.
No, he's doing great.
Fine.
look, he's
Oh,
smiling.
he's so happy
He's
you're
smiling.
here.
He's loving it. All right, great. Best buds
right.
forever. Okay, the actor leaps off a bridge, lands on top of a speeding truck, then jumps onto 2 more trucks, then hijacks a motorcycle, takes the motorcycle, and rides at very high speeds through lanes of stopped traffic. Tom Cruise, somebody else, or totally made up.
clue.
Can you read the first part again?
Of course, I can do whatever you want. The actor leaps off a bridge, lands on top of a speeding truck. Then they jump onto 2 more trucks before hijacking a motorcycle and riding the motorcycle at very high speeds through lanes of traffic.
I feel like there are a lot
Tom
of films
Cruise.
where they jump on
There are.
trucks.
This is the game.
That could be like 10 different movies.
Right?
could.
honestly.
Name 5.
So is it Tom?
I would say like Casino Royale.
No. It's 2010. The film was Salt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Hells yeah, she
Oh,
did
good
it
job.
herself.
Yeah.
She did this.
Really?
That's badass.
Yes, isn't that badass?
We did it. We played Spencer's game.
Well,
Great.
thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Okay,
You got a
now-
long drive back, and I.
Is that it?
No.
We've
Okay,
got
now I'm going
so
to
much.
intro you.
Can I
Ready?
ask one question?
Sure.
Is
Absolutely.
this the Back to the Future neighborhood?
Yes.
Yes, it
What gave it
is.
away?
I drove in and I'm like, this has to be it. Like the houses look like
So I
It's the
can't
same,
speak. So here's the thing:
you know,
I can't
road.
speak specifically to the houses. I know for an absolute fact, less than 3 minutes away, that the opening shot when he comes out of Doc's garage and is on a skateboard and goes by the Burger King, it's right around the corner from here.
So cool.
also,
amazing.
I
And
guess
you feel that in this
that's where we
neighborhood.
live.
This neighborhood feels like no other sort of pocket in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like white
Tim Burton
picket
grew
fence.
up here,
Yeah.
Is that
from what I
right?
understand.
Cute little
on
homes.
That would make
Evergreen or something. And so, what was it? Help me out. The movie with the scissors for
Edward Scissorhands?
That's the one.
You basically had it.
I was so close. It was right there. The town in that is based very much from like his memory and his perception of Burbank and like, what was it? I don't know, would have been the 70s or whatever when he grew up here.
I do think that the town of Back to the Future is on like the Universal lot,
hmm
but
true.
like a lot was filmed here.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what
a lot
it
of magic
is.
in these roads. Do you want to intro our incredible
Yes,
guest?
I
by the
wrote
way?
in big
love
letters.
it.
Spencer. Okay, you've seen him on TV playing heartthrobs or on commercials, letting Shaquille O'Neal make him cry. But wait till you see him.
Oh, is this me?
Yeah, I'm introing you.
Is this you?
Which
Tom Cruise.
movie?
I wrote this last night. Ready? Okay. You've seen him on TV playing heartthrobs or on commercials letting Shaquille O'Neal make him cry, but just wait till you see him star alongside Matthew McConaughey and America Ferrera in the new Paul Greengrass Apple Plus TV movie, The Lost Bus. He's an EMT, not an ENT, and he's got a Top Gun poster smack center in his living room. Please give it up for Spencer Watson. Woo!
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so multiple
All one of you.
times in preparation for today, I called you an ENT.
Yes.
Is that right?
You are not
An ear, nose, and throat
doctor.
specialist.
I'm not a EMT guy.
Do we want to talk about Spencer? You've actually been in conversation. Should we just mention this really quickly?
We can do whatever we want.
Okay,
it's a
so
podcast.
you
None
were
of this
in a
matters.
group. You were in a group. Okay, Mara needs to bring it. Okay.
Spencer has left the group chat.
Oh, geez.
You were in a group chat.
drama. We're going to air that laundry here? Let's do it. This
So
was my
this is the
introduction to you.
Lumen?
We're two of the people that were in Lumen.
I felt like I had to because it was like 40 messages
I'm on your side.
later. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to be there. So why? Like, I'll join when I'm going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than just be this weird
When
shadow
you
in the back
left,
of the room.
I was really mad at Eli because I was like, you bullied him. And now Spencer's not in the chat because you bullied him out of the chat.
This was a big conversation that took place. This was a point of
then-
contention that he
and then to
pushed
make
you
it
out.
worse, to add salt to a wound, Eli said he sent you a screenshot that said Spencer left the chat.
He circled
texted
it.
you.
Circled
did,
it,
he
yeah.
did.
What an
He texted me
asshole.
separately and he was like, what the fuck, man?
Has he spoken to you since? Has he?
A little bit.
Okay.
But no, I think it's all starting to add up. This is like a major, that's what this is all about.
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
He's in the other room.
No,
we have
I
Tom
to
in one
say,
room.
When we were like being told the story of you leaving the chat, because I'm in the chat, I just thought like, wow, he did what I've always wanted to
No,
do.
you were
Like I've
inspiring.
never been brave
Yeah.
enough to leave the group chat. Like I've just had to mute them and politely.
Spencer,
write
we-
them.
Very
So,
busy
like-
week. And my phone was exploding. And I'm like, they added me because I was supposed to be there. Now I'm not going to be there, so I might as well leave.
You've inspired a movement.
No, seriously.
There are
We all-
T-shirts
we all have
with your
muted group
visage.
chats.
There are mission
I was
statements.
trying to do the right thing. I wasn't trying to be. I wasn't trying to be an asshole.
No, I don't think it is. It's just you
Guys,
kind of did what
I
I've
had
always wanted
massive
to do.
respect for you. Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, yeah, he doesn't want to fucking come.
Will
He
you
can't
let me
come.
back in
Yes.
Of course, this topic is going to appeal to thousands of people.
Really?
And because
Oh,
this
okay.
is as specific, it's that or one person
The
is going
concept
to.
of leaving a group chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how many people are in the Lumen group chat. That's got to be like what? Like a half a dozen?
I don't know.
A dozen?
I don't know
At
anyone's
least.
Right?
number.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
based on the
saying.
numbers. Yeah.
That's the
You
thing
get
about
half a dozen people
Just firing
shooting
off. Yeah.
and the one guy.
Everyone's
One
trying to
guy's gonna
win.
be like,
Everyone's
"All right."
trying to win. They're all
Come on.
putting it. Yeah, no, I get
But
it.
this is true on most group chats I'm on. I have no idea who the rest of the people involved are. Generally,
Yeah.
usually, I'm in one now for a wedding. Everyone's
Oh, that's
shooting
a
the
nightmare.
shit. I have no fucking clue who anybody is.
No.
Yeah.
So-
I think what's just nice is you're sitting here, you're like, no, I had a really busy week. I knew I wasn't coming. There's like 40 text messages.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
valid
catch
arguments.
up.
It's so
you
smart.
left the chat. Meanwhile, the other conversation is, Eli, you bullied him. He's never coming back. Because like there was Eli made a joke and then you left after the joke.
So the perception was.
So the perception
he
was
pushed you
Eli
out.
bullied you out of the
Yes.
group chat.
This was the narrative that was happening.
This is the weird thing about being a human.
Yes.
Like my life, my version is like, oh, I just thought I should go because I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
And everyone else has a whole different a version of who I am
Imagine
and
what
what
they
I did.
thought you were going to be like when you walked into their apartment today.
As a non-confrontational person, I was combative. I was on your side the whole time.
Yeah.
I understood the argument
It
right
makes
away.
sense.
I was like, there's a ton of people. I don't know any of these numbers. I get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is all just to make me look as bad as possible. That's what
No,
this is.
I don't think so.
it's
So far you
actually,
crushed the
like,
game.
I want a statue of you. Left the group chat.
I think it's a
Like,
testament to your badass character.
It's a movement.
Well, I apologize. Okay, that's
No, you're kidding. We just missed out.
Stop it. No, retract that apology right now. You have nothing to be sorry
You
for.
really
I
don't.
really don't. I don't apologize at all.
We were starting to get into the fact that we thought he was an ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Oh yeah, because I was
that
telling
was it.
them that one thing that I do know about you, and we can talk about it a bit, is that you acting is your first and foremost passion, but you are passionate about many things. And I feel like over the last couple of years, the decision to lean forward into other pursuits and other passions, I felt like maybe you were nervous to do some of those, thinking that they were deterring you from your dreams, but it seems like they've helped you create your dreams at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely.
So go on, speak on that.
Okay.
Imagine that was a question.
Yeah.
Respond to it.
Doing things outside of your main thing. I think with acting, it's like you surrender and give up and sacrifice so many things already. Like I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's like I've not gone to weddings. I've not gone to funerals. I've missed birthday parties. I've missed life events, vacations, personal plans I wanted to do. I throw it all out because acting comes first and I don't want to miss an audition or whatever.
Right. To be clear, it's not that because I had the job, it's because it was for the potential to
Just-
even have the job,
Exactly.
which is probably, I imagine, the wound of it all, right? Because it's like, well, what was at a certain point?
Yeah. At what point do you go, okay, what power do I have? And it feels like you have zero.
Yeah.
Right. You don't even have power over getting to choose what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
So I think COVID is what changed that. And that's when I went, okay, I have all this free time where they will not call me in any rooms. What can I do? And, like healthcare is something I always had an interest in. So that's
that
That's
led
when I
you
went
to
to
EMT.
EMT school.
Yeah, EMT school.
And even then, some of my agents and reps were like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
How's this going to help with acting?" Or, Anyway, I went out of state and I went to EMT school in Arizona, and a lot of people were like, "How's this going to fit in your life plan?" But it just felt like something I needed to do and should do. So
I told them that
out.
we're not close, but I feel like in strange moments in our life, we've reached out to each other. So
Yeah.
I feel like I remember that moment of you being at an impasse. And I would like to believe there are a couple of us who believed that was not a deterrent at all, that it was going to be.
No, it worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, part of the reason I got the role in this McConaughey movie is because of my EMT and fire experience. They wanted real firefighters. So
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I think
paid off.
something from that story that really stood out for me is I think there's generally, like in the outside world, people can grasp the concept of I'm starting a new business and that requires an investment. That requires money because I'm going to do this. I don't think people realize the emotional investment that you have to make as an individual, the sacrifices you have to make to even hopefully maybe get a piece of your dream to be real when it comes to the creative arts and specifically acting and all that. And just the hammering home the reality of, you've missed major life events to make this investment. And like you said, it's not because I have the job, it's to hopefully get the job.
Yeah.
And it's such a difficult, challenging thing to navigate that, people think, oh, well, yeah, he was a waiter for 6 years and then he's an overnight success or something like that. That's like the general, that's the layman understanding of acting. But like the reality of it of like, no, this takes a lot of me before I even get to do the thing that I
think
love.
any freelancer could probably relate
Connect
to it in
that
a way.
hustle, yeah.
Or anyone in film, because like you want to come crew on this job, it's next week. Then you got to cancel anything you had
Everything's
planned.
got to stop
because
you got to take that opportunity.
Yeah.
And if you're a family man or woman, you're on set for 16 plus hours a day. You're missing taking your kids to school. I mean, I think there's a lot you miss. And thankfully COVID kind of woke me up and I did all of the things that I was putting off.
I was going to say, so since then, have you found that it's easier to strike that kind of balance, to still sort of fill both of those cups?
Are you a happier person?
Definitely happier. Yeah. Because I was able to like address all of those empty feelings. I felt like they're missing pieces and I was able to kind of fill them a bit, but
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, I learned how to scuba dive. I went skydiving. Like it just.
Wait a second.
Cool.
I went like
Hang on a second.
full on into.
I was gonna say, was there like a Tom Cruise inspired checklist of just like,
Oh yeah.
He wants to be prepared
jumped
for
out of
the
a plane.
moment.
You're ready for all of
Ever
it.
since I was a kid, I was like, I want to be James Bond. I want to know how to do anything in any situation.
So did James Bond precede the Fast? Because this was one of the things that I was really curious about, like chicken or the egg. Like, did you want to be a performer and an actor, and then you discovered Tom Cruise exists, or was Tom Cruise the guy that's like, oh, I want to do that? But now you're saying it was James Bond.
Oh,
so, was it
a lot of things. I always wanted to be an actor before I ever saw like Top Gun or anything.
Yeah.
But obviously, once I saw James Bond and Top Gun, all of these,
that's it. That's what I want to do.
Star movies. I'm like, okay, now that's definitely what I want to do.
So cool.
Yeah.
Do you ride a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ride it here?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I sold it a little while ago.
Okay.
Yeah. You get in a couple accidents and you're like,
have you been in a couple accidents? Have you?
Yeah. Nothing serious.
I was gonna say you look whole.
Do you think
I only broke this finger, funnily enough. That was it.
That's the one to do, right? Yeah.
I think California is the only state where you can still legally drive in between lanes on the highway.
Wait, that's legal?
Yeah, lane
Only in
splitting is legal
California. Haven't you ever seen it on the highway?
I see it all the time. I just thought it was a dick move. I didn't know it was
like.
like.
I thought before I started riding, and after I'm like, please go ahead because it's.
Totally, that's true.
Yeah.
Just leaning into anything that brings you joy or makes you uniquely you ultimately serves you. And I've never ever seen leaning into other aspects of your passions or desires as deterrents from your main goal. And I think they only make you more enticing and
Yeah, I think any kind of artist should be spending time doing anything else that makes them a more full human being.
Totally. Yeah.
Because that can't hurt,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's left on that list? We've got scuba diving, motorcycles. You're an EMT.
What a pilot's license.
Helicopter or like biplane?
I kind of want to do both.
You want to do both? No.
Is it for the thrill of the stunt or is it the pleasure of knowing how to do the thing?
I just love school. I love learning skills. Like I said, I want to be able to, you could drop me in any point, in any place, under any circumstance. I want to know exactly like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I can do it.
So wait, is it driven by a preparedness? Do you mean drop me in any point, any place as an actor? Or do you mean like a post-apocalyptic, like if the shit hits
Why
the
not
fan?
Both,
Those are good skills. Let's just be ready.
Yeah, I think just growing up, I always wanted to be I had to be dependable for my family. So I think that's kind of like what gave me that foundation of wanting to, don't worry guys, I know what I'm doing. I've done this before.
Right,
that's having that skill in anything. It just feels good.
Without getting too, I don't know how much you want to talk about. You mentioned you had to be dependable. I'm just curious. Do you remember that first skill that you realized, oh, I have to be this person or I can bring this thing of value? Like this, I know that's a tough one to dig back and think, but is there one that stands out as like the very earliest like memory of, oh yeah, I feel good that I can do this
As a kid or?
Yeah. Just like the first thing that,
I mean, I learned how to drive a manual transmission when I was 13 because my mom and her boyfriend were drunk and I had to drive us home.
Wow.
And that was kind of like, this is awesome. And also, what the hell, guys? Come
That's
on.
kind of the roller coaster of emotions I went through with you telling me. You're like, I learned to drive a stick when I was 13. I was like, that's fucking rad. And then you said why, and I was like, oh shit, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I'm not. That's not a sympathy thing. It's just
no, but still, what a difficult situation to navigate at 13.
Keys at you, like, you got to do this.
Yeah, it was just like, figure it out, or we're stuck here.
The boyfriend sat in the front passenger seat. He's like, you can do this. Let's go.
And that was the safest option.
It was on a very narrow road in the middle of nowhere in the country.
Jesus.
So thankfully
Dirt road?
that was good.
Yeah.
Dirt driveway out to the main road. But that was better than like a city intersection.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for
Way
sure.
better.
It's quiet, I guess. You just keep out like deer. I don't know, whatever.
I also appreciate that you were saying, I would like to learn to do the thing, because I think a lot of people just go straight to, I know how to do the thing. And they don't actually take the time to learn how to do it well and properly. So they come from an informed place.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you would like to.
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, well, I'm especially since he's considering flying a vehicle in the air. I'm glad about that as well.
Yes, I appreciate that you want to go to school.
Isn't it it's like fascinating too, isn't it?
really
I mean,
Heck yeah. It's also meeting people who have spent thousands and thousands of hours doing their craft or their skill set and learning from them,
Yeah. Does that translate in becoming an actor and a performer and learning that skill set and exploring that? It sounds like you've got to do the thing to kind of figure it out and learn it. Is that how you approach it? For acting? Yeah.
Definitely hands-on doing the thing. I can't like intellectualize a character or a project and like, I've got to figure it out because I've thought about it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I need to do it. And if the character has an accent, you're not going to just think about it. You're going to practice it, right? So
you can't read a book on how to sound that way without doing it. You've got to do it.
And it's the same with your acting, I think. Yeah.
You moved to LA when you were 21?
No, I was 18.
18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does LA feel like home?
Some days, yeah. Some days I'll be like driving on Mulholland and I go, you know what? I love this place.
Yeah.
I know this road. Like I've been here 12 years or whatever. But then other times it's like there's no community. This is not.
We get that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
kind of part of where this show came from and like what the mission was and the watch parties that we were
just talking
about
earlier
stuff,
about how LA sort of encourages to build community. So that you can enjoy your time here and enjoy what the city has to offer. Do you feel like Matt was asking about when you come back to a place, things that you latch onto, like foods that you want to eat or shows you want to watch? Matt gave the example when he goes back to New York, he puts on shows that are nostalgic because he's alone. Usually he's traveling alone.
Yeah. So I'll put like Seinfeld on in the background or something like that. And I just, that kind of fills the space and it provides a comfort. Like I know these people. These are my friends.
Do you have any of those for when you,
For LA or for travel?
Anywhere.
Maybe with music, when I go back home, there's definitely songs I listen to every time I go because I'm like, I have to.
Yeah, do they remind you of moments in time?
For sure, definitely
they
moments and relationships and memories. Yeah.
So they're just for you to sort of bask in your past, the good things.
It's like therapy. It's like going to visit someone at the graveyard. You just there's a time and a place for you to get in that zone and have those feelings, and then you can process them.
Here's an interesting question. I just encountered this literally yesterday. Basically, I had songs just like that. Songs that were very much tied to a moment in time. I worked at a big tech retail. I worked at Apple for 10 years. I don't know why I was trying to hide that fact. Forever ago, I worked at Apple. And I started off, before I was on the side that I was, in the sales. And every morning you'd go and they'd have a playlist they'd play. And those songs from the sales floor are burned into my goddamn brain, right? And so this was a constant throughout my entire life. If I heard that song, I was immediately in my early 20s working the sales floor again, and I was transported. So yesterday we have this incredible lunch that we went to go to Malibu for the first time since the fires and see places that we love. And we were having lunch at this place and really taking it in. And for whatever reason, their playlist aligned with that exact moment. It was like every song that we had both heard when we worked at the store. We were like, do they have the same playlist from Apple from like 2000 whatever?
Oh,
and what it did was
stores it was playing.
Now here's the thing. We had the greatest day, and I was laughing about how those songs have now kind of been split. They're recontextualized. I will now remember I'll still remember the original thing, but I'm never going to forget watching the waves come in, hearing people laugh, being on this gorgeous day in Malibu, and this song playing. It has recontextualized that song for the first time in 15 whatever years it's been. So my question, after that very long story, thank you for being patient, is
Very
has
sweet.
any of those songs ever adapted or brought, grown a second meaning? And been,
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the reason I love film is called bookending, where the scene or the moment or the song in the beginning plays again at the end and it matches, but it has a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how these songs feel to me every time I re-listen to them, especially in the same place, you know, like
I love that.
leaving my small town near Portland when I was 18, right out of high school, coming down here, I had a playlist in my car. And then when I go back home now, 12 years later, it's like, I listen to some of those and it has a whole new meaning. And like, this crazy movie's played out in between.
Yeah,
that's how it feels anymore.
No, 100%. So cool. Do you have anything like that?
Songs that are repurposed.
Yeah, songs that like meant something, and then like the bookending thing. Which I love. That's a great.
My
way to
problem is
describe it.
I think I've expressed this. It's hard for me to branch out of the music that mattered so dearly to me.
Yeah.
I actively want to find new stories and new tracks to be the playlist of my life now, and I guess Spotify does not want that for me. It's very hard to mine new music in a way that when I was a teenager it was quite simple. When I was a teen, like CDs were really expensive, but vinyls were dirt cheap, and so I would just buy tons. Now that's hip and cool and expensive. So I don't know. I feel like I'm trying constantly to, and then once in a while when a song that really resonates comes through, I think, oh, I've got it. I'm into new shit now. And then I realized, no, it was made in 2004. Like at the same time, in the same period as all these other songs with this, tone.
But what'll be
love.
interesting to see long term is even though it was made in 2004, I wonder if you'll associate it with this time period because this is when you first heard it. And so like, that's what you attach it to.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like it's really, I'm not going to pretend to understand how the human brain works, but there's something really interesting there where it kind of latches all those things together and kind of like boxes them up real nice and then just puts them on a shelf. And then you sometimes just open it up and don't realize that you're going to. It's really interesting.
Music also do you find in films, I think it's such a delicious aspect to film. I remember wanting soundtracks from certain movies, and I don't know if that's less now. Do you find that when you watch films that the music feels as important to you, or?
Oh no, the music definitely makes or breaks it.
I think a lot of people. Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
I was just say Challengers is a great recent example of just like the music really driving that
track.
film.
The dude from 9 Inch Nails did the music for that, right?
Yep. Trent Reznor and
Yeah.
Atticus Ross.
Dude, he's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Trent Reznor, he's done a lot of.
We connected that. We did the thing.
We did it.
You guys know each other.
Yeah.
You don't. You don't barely know each other. Get the fuck out. It doesn't work here anymore.
But I would love to hear you talk. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just got excited, but I'd love to hear you talk more. You were saying music definitely drives. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like to write the screenplays a little bit too.
Yeah.
And most of that is listening to music that inspires an idea. And then I write from there, and now that scene can't work without that song, and that's the only downside to it. But
your movie got real expensive real fast.
Yeah, the budget just quadrupled. No, I mean Tarantino movies are like half the reason, not half, but a good reason they're so good is because of the music, right? And like movies like Drive, the soundtrack for Drive is
so good.
Was like transformative for me in the way I see movies.
Soundtracks, it's funny that you bring them up in general, just because I remember as a kid, soundtracks were kind of where I started to discover music, especially in a time when we had to, it was a financial commitment to a single record if I didn't know but a soundtrack had a bunch of artists.
Totally.
And so I could find out if I like all these different artists, but also I already know I like the movie. Did soundtracks, was that the start for anybody else? Is that
I don't know about the start, but it was definitely a real joy.
Getting a lot of nods.
Marin's like, hell yeah.
What was your first soundtrack memory? What do you got?
I mean, I bought the Grease soundtrack because I liked it. But no,
it's a runner on this show. As Grease keeps coming up, we can't escape it.
No, I would, if there was a good movie or something, or a popular movie, I would really go and I would buy the CD or the cassette at the time, because then I could listen to what I do. I have a memory of seeing SLC Punk. And
Yeah.
like looking at the back of the CD and all the songs that really resonated with me, I wrote down the band names and then I took that
To the
to
shop.
the music store and then I bought stuff from those
Yep.
artists. And I did that with like the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack and others
That's a great one.
like that. And that's sort of how I started discovering music
Yeah.
that was different from like my siblings. I can also say that the Dirty Dancing cassette basically started World War III in my house because I would steal it from my sister because she had it and I wanted it. So
Yeah.
like
I love that movie and that soundtrack so deeply.
So good.
I think we've only done this 3 times and I've talked about Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing and
before.
Grease keep coming up.
Good God. Yeah. Good soundtracks. Even
Yeah.
the Garden State soundtrack. I don't know. The movie holds up
Yes.
slightly less now, but the soundtrack holds up
Still love that
big
movie.
time.
Yeah, big time.
The film, yeah.
That movie introduced me to
Wallpaper.
the Shins for sure.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
The Shins.
well, and you as a big Top Gun fan,
Well,
I
that
assume Danger Zone is
Oh,
a
gosh.
major song in
Yeah,
your
well,
life.
the Top Gun anthem
Yes.
Yeah.
is like, I can't be in a bad mood if that's playing.
Aw.
Yeah, it's
I
so
do
good.
miss the 80s and 90s for having every movie had a theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that as soon as you hear that theme, you're like transported to that place.
Yeah, it
We don't
feels-
really have that
It feels like
anymore.
we've lost a little bit of that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's a little bit of a.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they're still working and they're still putting scores out, but it doesn't seem as you're right. In the 80s and 90s, it was a prerequisite. The film has a theme song.
Yeah.
You touched on by mentioning that you write and these other things. It's that you are a multi-hyphenate. You're an actor, you're a writer, you're an EMT. And the curiosity that I have is did you become that? Did you adapt and do all those things because you felt a desire or a need to expand? Or did you feel that just the way the industry is now and the way the entertainment industry is structured now, you had an obligation to grow that skill set, that you had to become a writer? You had like what's fed that fire for you?
Definitely both.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I wanted to work in movies.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. I mean, acting for sure, but I also was, since I've come out here, from day one, I've wanted to be involved in every step of the process and have my own ideas and, develop my own stuff. So that is where that stems from, but also needing to create your own stuff because
You
you
have
can't just sit around and wait for a
Yeah.
self-tape.
Yeah.
Is like, yeah, that's key, I think.
Speaking of making stuff yourself, you have one of the funniest TikTok accounts I've ever seen.
What? How? I didn't think anyone's seen my It's
Okay.
not even a thing.
Well, it should be.
Okay.
And here's
All right.
here's a question for you. Where are all those videos? Because I kept expressing to Matt and Marin how you understood TikTok 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And when
they're
I
not-
went to your account, they're all gone.
They're all gone.
Why?
Yeah. You
Almost all of them.
you cleaned it out.
Why?
I think this is something I've been wrestling with a lot lately, like the last year, is sometimes you don't have to do everything. I feel like there's a reason I don't post on Twitter, and it's because I've changed so much since COVID, and I changed way before that. You change every couple of years as an adult. The last thing I want is to put out something and then inevitably 2 years later, I'm like, that shouldn't exist. I shouldn't have done that. I don't like looking back on it.
So is
Maybe
there something
it's getting
that
in my own head, but I just think I worry that my brand that I develop will be, what is this guy's brand? Because he's all over the place. He's doing, some of his TikToks are super sentimental and some are hilarious and some are dumb. And where do we put this guy?
So is the permanence of it the thing that sort of deters you? That if it's out there, it's always out there and anybody can watch it anytime? Because your portfolio of work that you've done in TV and film is, in a way. So what makes, is it because it's...
I think the difference for me is that when you're acting, you're playing characters. So you can be all over the place. That's the whole job, right? But when you're putting out your own content, that is you as a personal brand.
Yeah.
Now brands and producers are going to see you as that, whatever it is. And they say with TikTok with success, like I had a couple that went through the roof overnight for no good reason. And then everyone's like, well, now you have to keep making those because you've figured out your audience and you have to keep playing for the same. And you see it all the time. These guys
Yeah,
or girls.
you're right. You do this one thing, and maybe it's something you do on a whim that you just thought it was funny. You do something and you just throw it out there. It's disposable, but it becomes the thing you're identified as. Becomes what you're known. You become typecasted.
Yeah.
And that used to happen with films.
As a person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
So
now what do
personal.
you do? It's really a minefield. It's really difficult to navigate.
I
And
also
Yeah.
Sorry.
no, you're our fucking guest.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Thanks. When I started booking acting work was when influencers, like Vine influencers, were getting cast in everything, right? So I became friends with a lot of them. A lot of these influencer, young, early 20 kids,
Yeah.
and they were miserable
Yeah.
because all day, every day, they had a team of people telling them, you have to be that person today.
Yep.
All day long, or you won't get paid and you'll lose your following and you'll never book again.
Which
And
is such
they
a
hated-
shame because it came from such an
Right.
organic,
Yeah.
genuine place to start,
Now
such a
you're
creative
slave
place.
to yourself
Yeah.
for having one fun idea.
It's the
That-
antithesis of what you started doing this for to begin with.
Right.
Right.
Marin said your TikToks had a Vine energy.
Yes.
they-
Yes. Which was.
No,
Which,
they're so
how do you
good.
interpret that? What does that mean to
That's
you?
a huge compliment.
I thought so too. Yes.
I
yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
I-
No, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
you know.
They're very
Absolutely
good.
is. Yes.
Oh, thanks.
There's an economy of words and usage of time, and it's like Vine forced you to figure out your story in 6 seconds, and it's like you had to be funny or you had to tell a story, whatever it was you were going to do. There was a timeline, there was a constraint, and I think sometimes
And it disappeared,
I know,
which is kind
And
of
it
cool.
Which
well, I
wasn't
don't
it?
know. I walk around every day going, look at all these
These
chickens.
chickens.
That has stuck with me for years.
Every year, Eli and I watch Connor O'Malley's compilation of Vine
Oh
videos.
my God, I
Funny.
love Connor O'Malley.
Yeah.
Brilliant videos. I do think there's a thing of like, I think also a lot of us here, I think we would say like, not everything you write or you make is good enough for people's eyes. If you're
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
take someone's time, it better be worth it. So I understand that. I also think there was the videos of yours that I reveled in, where they were showing parts of yourselves that I feel like the industry hasn't let you yet. Like you were exploring your comedic sensibility and your playfulness that maybe this sort of like masculine energy your characters have need to,
Talking about the dad from the 50s.
I couldn't find that one to show them.
I had to hide that.
That one is so good.
Wait, why'd you
I'll
feel
show
you have
you
to hide?
after
Yeah,
if
I
you
want to
want.
see after, but why'd you feel the need to hide it?
Because I think nuance has become less allowed.
Okay.
You're talking about cancel culture?
Yeah, but
What-
not so much. I'm not worried I'm going to get canceled because I'm not a bad guy and there's not. But
Yeah.
it's more misunderstood. That's
What-
what I worry.
Were you getting a response from people you didn't expect to get a response from? Basically, I think is the way to phrase
it. Turned
it.
into an all-out political brawl in my comments, and I was like, I'm not.
That's
doing
not what I signed up for.
Whoa.
Yeah,
No.
I'm here to just entertain and have
it's
a
a
little
fun video,
Yeah,
and you should be able to get
Yeah.
what the point is.
Exactly.
And what satire
It's
is.
the
and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, bring this back. And then other people were like, this is what's wrong with every man. It's like, can we have some, what? It's not one or the other,
Yeah.
guys.
I do like that it's bringing up all this discourse also, like your little quickie art video, or it wasn't meant to be art, it was just you having a good time, elicited very
was
strong
hilarious.
conversation.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was cracking up.
Yeah.
You should see my drafts because I have way more in my drafts that I'd never posted. Because at the end, I go, that made me laugh. It's just for me.
Yeah.
I don't need
That's
to
so
show that
nice.
to-
Can I,
But
can
that's
I
also-
actually
go on,
ask
yeah.
a question just
Yes.
about this? So I used to want to be an actor. I used to act. And with the rise of social media, I was okay sacrificing missing weddings, missing birthday parties, missing this for that.
Mhm.
But what I found I wasn't necessarily okay with was sacrificing my personal self and what I was allowed to share and not share. And sort of like, I think back in the day, you could keep a distance of, you had that celebrity. So there was a little bit of protection for you in your life. Like, how are you navigating sort of, if you've been comfortable sacrifice, like how are you navigating having to sacrifice a part of you for it? Not
also
just
seems
these
like-
events.
In terms of like how much of my own personality am I willing to sacrifice?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think about this all day, every day. Is how much should I allow myself to say or do or get involved in or share or keep? And I tend to prefer to keep it. I don't want to, I think, when you get a following and people start caring about your work, then they start caring about you. And then they think that you're some special God to some degree. And I don't ever want to be that guy. And I don't think I'm qualified to like tell anyone what they should believe or think or do. Yeah. So I would rather be on the safe side of, I'm going to keep everything to myself, including my own personality to some extent, just so I don't want to be like some big thing I don't know. I'm all over the place with this answer because I'm not sure exactly how to where to go with it.
But you're making you want to do the thing you love, and part of that is you're being the public eye, but you don't want to lose who you are and give that to everyone and become everyone's spokesperson for something that you're just trying to do the thing you love.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that should be the answer.
Yeah.
Well, it's the question of, as an artist, do you need to share parts of who you are as a person, or can it just be, I think we all grew up thinking it could just be about the work.
Yeah.
And now it's the question of,
and I think it can.
And if you want it to be that way, I like that you are doing it that way. One thing that we all noticed was, when we were trying to mining little details about you, it's not easy to do online. I mean, the fact
that's nice to hear.
Except for this.
Thanks.
No.
Tom, come on out.
We could find you, like, as a professional. Yeah. You can get the stuff you need to get. But in terms of the expectation that's been set by society and other people of like, oh, I have this person coming in. They've been posting about their fucking daily routine for 10 years. I can learn everything about them before they walk in the room. It was harder to do that with you because you've started curating those posts, right? Yeah.
It also speaks like how fortunate those of us who do get to know you are, because there's so many nuances. And so I think the hope is right that the roles that come your way just allow you to express all those parts of yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of what I look for.
How are we doing on time? We have a big finale. Okay. So you're going to have, going back to an earlier theme of bookending, we began this conversation with an admiration, a love for, an appreciation of one Tom Cruise. Now, Tom, unfortunately, could not make it today. I did try. I don't know, Tom. I know. No. But we have the next best thing. This is great. No, this is good.
So do you know about the gifts that Tom Cruise bestows upon
are you familiar with
his friends and family?
I know about flowers and cakes.
What do you know about the cake?
Talk to me about cakes.
All I know is he custom orders really nice cakes for people.
Okay.
Have you heard specifically about a coconut cake that he gifts people?
No.
Okay.
Well, we got news for you.
There's one specific place he buys everyone cakes from, and we have them here.
Donner's Bakery?
No way. Are you serious?
Donner's Bakery. It is a white chocolate, a coconut, something bundt cake that he ordered. And this is Tom Cruise's favorite cake. If you Google Tom Cruise cake, this is what comes up. So we drove out to the bakery in, where was it? Woodland Hills. In Woodland Hills. Waited on a very little line. Asked a very polite young lady to please give me 2 of the Tom Cruise cakes.
Because Spencer Watson is coming to our podcast.
Because Mr. Watson will be in my home tomorrow, and I will not be caught without a dessert. So this is Tom Cruise's favorite cake.
Okay.
And now it's yours.
And now it's well, we're gonna say, Maren, we can just jump right in if we're comfortable. Maybe we don't need 4. Yeah, just grab a piece. So let's all grab a piece. I haven't had this yet. I haven't tried it. Don't worry about making a mess. Just get in there. Have fun with it. I'm gonna take a corner, a bundt corner. I guess they're all corners. It's a circle, right?
Dang.
Whoa. Okay. We're eating on mic, which is my favorite thing.
What?
My initial thought, very positive. This is wild. This icing is interesting. It's dense.
This is the most delicious thing I think I've ever had.
It's really good. Oh, we're getting napkins here? Yes, thank you. Throw those this way. We've got
see why
some paper towels in case you're feeling a bit sloppy.
the man, the myth, the legend doesn't eat sweets, but he will eat this.
But he'll
Say
eat
that
this.
again?
I can see why.
Into the mic. Into the mic.
I can see why the legend, Tom Cruise,
No, you said the man, the myth, the legend.
the legend, would break his diet to eat this. It is the greatest thing I've ever tasted.
What was the line like? Was it tourists
It
or
was
locals?
pretty good. We went early.
It was pretty local, I would say.
I'd say there was at least
That's
one
nice.
touristy person I could tell. And then a local who's there all the time getting their coffee. And they had gold belly boxes stacked to the ceiling. Now, I want to know what's in this. I'm getting like a cream cheese frosting
Oh, it is cream
situation.
cheese frosting. It's white chocolate, cream
White
cheese
chocolate,
frosting,
cream cheese
coconut,
frosting, the coconut.
and sugar.
As a child, not a big fan of coconut. As an adult, really appreciating it.
Wait, as a kid, where did you get coconut?
Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, the samoas.
Samoas.
Oh, sorry, Samoas.
Yeah,
Good
Samoa.
God.
Well, no, I make the mistake all the time, and so does Michael Scott in The Office. But I was a tagalongs, which I don't know if the names are the same on the West Coast, but that was
that
a
the
peanut
peanut
butter.
butter?
It's a peanut butter cookie. I was a peanut butter kid growing up. Still am. Love peanut butter. But in my later years, I have fallen in love with the coconut ones, and now this cake with the little coconut shavings. And I drink pina coladas as well if I'm in a beachy vibe
I
situation.
make a great pina colada.
Do you really?
I make the best pina colada.
Well, I'm not gonna.
I've bartended
Thanks.
for
Thanks for
Of
over a
course you
decade.
fucking did. Yeah.
I remember you invite. I never made it
should.
out
You
to no
never-
reservations.
Yep. Well, no, we don't talk about that place.
Wait, why?
That's the wrong name of the place, but we don't talk about that place. The worst nightclub in the history of the world.
Does it exist
And I
anymore?
worked there for 6 years. I think it's still there, but
Without getting any more specifics of the location or anything of that nature, I'm just immediately reminded of Vanderpump Rules.
Yep.
I'm not saying that's where it was. I'm not asking if that's where it was. But are you familiar at all with that show? Was the experience out of this world and crazy as what's portrayed on that show? Like, was it?
my friend is in that show.
Get the hell out of here! Really? Who's kid
Joe.
Joe?
Yeah.
Which one? Marin.
Stop it, you're friends with Joe.
One of us watches a lot more than the other.
Yes. I've never seen it. That's the only thing I know about it.
For the record, Marin's hands were cupped in front of her mouth in shock. What was that emotion?
Yeah.
Joy?
I always get strong reactions when I say that, and I don't know why because I've never seen the show.
Oh.
And I haven't actually hung out with her in like 7 years.
Was she a waitress?
No, she's
is that,
a hairdresser.
Is she a hairdresser?
I guess.
Okay.
None of us are in a position to
was
argue,
a-
Marin,
she
at
was
this
a
point.
she was a producer's assistant on a show I did.
Amazing.
Wow. She's okay.
Okay. Did you have any thoughts on the cake since you had a piece before we got everybody?
Oh, that was delicious.
All right, there we go. Very good. Do you want to check your notes, see if we missed anything? I think we got it all.
I still have to do all my impressions that I prepared.
Yes.
Go on.
For you guys.
Yes.
Give
Do
us-
you
give
have
us-
it
you
up?
brought
I
it
was
up.
joking.
We're not.
We
All right,
can
I'm
cut
out
it.
of here.
Do you need-
He's leaving.
Yeah, I'm out. No.
Oh, is the impression
Okay,
a
I'll
disgruntled
make it quick.
podcast guest?
make
Because
it
you're
very-
nailing it.
Very quick.
Hey.
Oh my God.
All right, introduce me.
Mr. Cruz.
Oh my
Introduce
God.
me.
You're going to come in? You're going to come in as Tom?
I'm at the movies. I'm
Ladies and
eating
gentlemen,
popcorn.
please give it up for the man, the myth, the legend.
The one and only. It's Thomas Cruise. Tom Cruise is here.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? What's your name again?
Dylan.
Dylan. Yeah, Tom.
Tom, nice to meet you, Tom. Yes.
I'm Matt.
Matt.
I'm
Matt.
I
Hey,
love-
I know a Matt, and he's a great guy.
Yeah. Can we what are
Hey,
Oh
you know.
my God.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Tom, what's your favorite cake, Tom? If you
know-
had to pick one, I know you don't eat a lot of sweets.
It's, there's, there's only one.
That
There's
was
only one.
amazing.
There you go.
We need to
That
do another
laugh.
episode where you're just here and stuff.
Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. You've got to come back. You've got to bartend for us. You've got to make us a cocktail.
Next time we'll do that.
Okay. And then we've got to do a solid 10 minutes of Tom.
Are you a fan of the movie Cocktail?
Of
Well, but
course.
those-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This could have been a whole theme.
I can't thank you enough, man. This was
Thank you,
so
yeah.
much fun having you here with us, figuring
great.
this out with us. Do you have anything you want to add before we get out of here? Do you
No,
wanna say
it's a
what?
pleasure knowing you and
Guys, it was
continuing to
great.
get to know you.
I couldn't agree more. And I can no longer say that I barely know you. I think I know you a little bit more. Get back in the
Yeah.
group chat.
I'm
Awesome.
reintegrating.
Yeah.
Well
As we
done.
did. How's that?
Well done, sir. Very good.
Yeah.
All
I've been
right.
waiting to use that.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna. That's it. That's where we end the episode. That's
That's
perfect.
it,
That's
yeah.
perfect. We did it.
We have to get you a notebook so you stop using my good notes.
I'm sorry. I'm using your good
You
notes.
owe her a pad.
Okay. So I have some stuff I want to hit in the outro here real quick. But,
Like what?
Oh yeah, you want to just dive right in?
Are we doing
Yeah,
it?
Well,
do
we
it.
can,
Go,
yeah.
go, go.
Let's talk about the thing and not actually do the thing.
I just want to start with, even though he's still in the room, how amazing our guest today, honestly.
Oh, that motherfucker? Yeah. No, big fan. He sucks. Oh, I know what you're going to talk
You know where
about.
I'm going with this.
Okay. Well, you barely told me so that we could talk
I
about
set
it.
I set the table.
live.
It's time to sit and eat. So we traditionally,
Yeah.
and the two other ones that we've
Yeah.
done, we like to go over as we figure this out together what we've learned
About one another.
about one another. That's the whole point.
Throughout
I barely
the course
know you.
of this episode.
I'm supposed
Yep.
to know you better. And both times, a person who cannot shut up, have frozen like a deer in headlights. I struggle and I panic, and I walked out of last week's episode.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I don't understand why. Because first of all, I did learn a lot. I learned and I wrote it down. So I could tell you.
So now you're harkening back to last week's
We're
episode?
going back to last week, what I've
Okay.
learned. And then we're going to come into this one.
Okay.
Because I got something. I also made a note of what I learned this week. But last week, Mars Volta, we talked about that. I learned that you liked the Mars Volta years ago. The
Still
massive
do.
Rent fan. We talked about Tank Girl and Lori
Great
Petty there.
film.
It's like, which, by the way, if we can find an inroad to get Lori Petty on the show, we should
Yeah.
try to do that.
100%. I'm on it.
But like, I learned so much. But you said, "What'd you learn?" And I went, and that's what I did. And I panicked, right? So then I
Aw.
went to my therapist and I said, what is wrong with me? Why is this the case? Am I not listening enough? Am I not engaged? I thought I was. I thought I was paying very close to. And so then we started discussing, well, then what do I remember? What do I bring up? And I brought up the way that we sort of played off of one another, and the way you find a question that my brain doesn't, right? And I told her that, and she goes, well, how did you feel when that happened? I was like, when I brought that up, she goes, no, when that moment occurred, why did you? Because let's talk about the emotion that you're recalling, not the memory.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, how did I feel about that? And the other side of that moment was we did that and we made Rob laugh.
Mm-hmm.
We were funny. We got a little jolt, right? And that's like the emotion that my brain tapped into of just like this moment where you and I won and we got a thing and we made a joke and we made a landing.
Yeah.
And so my brain, and so now I have this like new thing where it's like, okay, I know that's what my brain is tacking on to. So I'm trying to be more cognizant of that. I'm doing
I
thought
think that's
exercises.
so sweet, though. That's even more poignant and memorable than, I don't know, I remember this one band that you're fond of. It speaks to the bigger picture. And
And I appreciate that.
You're
Yeah.
so kind. I was like, wow, you're so self-absorbed.
I think all of this can be true. I think, and I was so excited to have this information to come back and share that and on this journey, because this is just, it's a new thing. I'm not only learning about you, I'm learning about me.
I
as
think
we're
that,
doing
well, isn't that the
this.
whole point of why
Yes.
we're doing this? The best way to learn more about yourself is through engaging with other people and being curious. We always say we're leading with our curiosity about
Yeah.
each other and our curiosity about other people. I think also it was a point of connection last time we talked about this, because we realized both you and I were not the people that when you walk out of the movie, we go, oh yeah, I love this part and I hate this part. We need time.
We need to sit with
We
it.
need reflective time.
Yeah.
We need to sit with it and let it stew.
We really do, and it was just so crazy to have acknowledged that and then see it happen in real time was really, really exciting. And so I really wanted to get to that and share that. Also today, just to do the one little thing, the deli story, and then the thing when you go home, the big piles of meat and going to Katz's Deli and all that.
You
fun
learned
stuff.
that I like food.
I learned one of your favorite spots that you go back.
Katz's
One of your
Deli.
going
Yeah.
to Katz, and
Very
like I
good.
learned about your ritual.
Yes.
So that's the little thing. That's
Sweet.
a nice little
little
tidbit.
thing I learned about
Did
you
you learn
today.
anything about me today? What'd you learn?
I knew you worked at Apple. I didn't know it was 10 years.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a long time. So did you start in high school?
I was in college and I was going to the Fashion Institute of Technology for graphic design and interactive media. And
Everything makes sense now.
And while I was there, I had a really tough time at school because I couldn't live on campus. I'll try to make the story very short. I had to commute. And so that separated me from like my community at school.
Totally. And hanging
Plus-
out and all the
Yeah, and in an art school, you have like 6-hour studio classes. I had nowhere to go to like decompress after, so I was riding a train, commuting back up. It was just really hard for me, and so it wasn't going the way I wanted to go. And so I said, "Let me take a break. Let me get any job I can get, and just like make some money, keep myself busy, keep moving." And I went to the mall and applied for 3 places. One of them was Apple. Apple.
So you worked at the Apple store in Westchester.
I started at Westchester.
At the Carpeted Mall?
At
Yeah,
the Carpeted Mall. The
Mall.
nice ass mall. So I started there, and then from there it was like anything I could do to not be in fucking sales, because they were pushing you to have metrics and all these things. And so it was like anything I could do. And all of that leads to, within like 2 or 3 years, I end up managing and running events and stuff for various stores throughout the city. And then that's how I ended up being an event producer and doing all those
Very
different things with
cool.
them. And then 10 years later, they give you a big glass lucite cube that has the Apple logo to say thank you for 10
Just like
years.
the 24-hour store.
Severance.
Exactly. Well, just like the
like
store, but just
Severance.
like in Severance.
Wow.
It's a little bit larger than the one in Severance. But you know what? I never drew that parallel before.
I have
I
gone
did.
to that 24-hour Apple store and then gone to a diner at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I believe it.
I've done
That's
that.
a very New York thing for you to have done.
Is it?
Yes,
yeah,
very much
I've done
so.
it. I did it with my mother.
Did you? Oh, I love that.
Because when we both, she lives in Europe, she lives in England, so it's kind of a halfway meeting point. And I lived there and was raised there until I was 13 years old in New York.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think we had a great episode.
It's
We
a
had a
fantastic
lovely
episode.
guest.
Yeah.
Don't tell him I said that.
I will never. I
And,
won't tell him.
Did
Did he take the rest of the cake?
I hope so.
What an asshole.
What an asshole. It
Right?
was for him. I thought it was really sweet when you and I were planning to buy it.
Yeah.
I remember I was really pressing, like, we don't need very much. Get minis. Minis
Yeah.
are sufficient. And you said, no, if I'm going to the store, I'm just going to buy a big cake. And then you realized it was over $100. And then you thought, okay, never mind. We're just going to
So I bought, but I met in the middle, bought a bunch of minis.
bunch of minis.
Then we cut up and we all very much enjoyed.
So next week, I don't know what we're doing, but we'll figure it out. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Will we? I don't know that we will. I'm looking at my notes. I don't think we're going to figure it out. Spencer's coming back.
Spencer's sitting
Yeah,
10
yes.
feet to the
And
right
for, also
of
for
where
the
he
record,
was.
Spencer's welcome on the show any damn time you want.
Right? Yeah.
But I think for now, follow us. Did we get the domain yet?
Did you?
Son of a bitch. Follow us on insert domain here. It should be IBYK.
barelyknowyou.com.
I
barely know you.
IBKY.
All right, cut. Just cut.
No, okay, fine.
So
IBKY. Follow us on IBK. Follow us, and keep an eye out for returning and recurring guest in front of the show, Spencer Watson, to come back as well. Anything else you want to say? The coffee. Who's the coffee today?
Coffee was from Mimic Coffee.
That's right.
Shout out Deepak. And see you next time on
See you next
I
time.
Barely Know You.
I Barely Know You is produced by Marin Forte, Dylan Silver, and me, Matt Forte. Theme song by Mike Thrasher. Listen to that. So good. Subscribe to our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us at IBKY Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.